Welcome back everybody. In today's video we are going to go over the AIVOLT electric pressure washer. In this video what we're going to do is we're going to unbox it, go over some of the features about it, and try it out. So let's get started. Now I already got the box cut open here, and we're going to open it up and see what all it comes with. First off, as you open it up, we have the instruction manual. We'll go over more of this here in a second. Looks like we got our 4 wheels here. This is very nice to help roll it around. Get the cardboard out of here. Got the reservoir to put the washing fluid in. Looks like part of the wand. Some accessory pieces on that. And got the actual hose. The main unit, very nice. And we got the rest of the wand here that has the trigger on it. Now let's get this all unpacked and we'll go over it some more. Now we're going to go over the paperwork part of it. And the first thing you have here is a contact us. All the information you would need if you have any questions or anything on that. Then they got their customer promise on the back of that. Next up here we have their replacements parts list. And then it gives you all the part numbers of everything you would need. That is a very nice touch on that. And then the last thing we have here is the manual. And I always like looking through the manual just to see if it is legible, which it is very legible. This thing is basically a book. And then I'm going to look through a couple of pages. There we go. Diagram and everything are perfect in there. Couldn't ask for a better instruction manual. So let's go ahead and start putting this together. Alright, the first step they want you to do is put the wheels on, and all you got to do is tip this over, line these holes up right here, and they just snap right in. We'll see how easy this is. Alright, it clicked, and I'm pushing on it and it's not moving. So now you just got to do this 3 more times. Should be very nice, easy to do. And that's one thing that we're going to make note of on this is how easy it is to put together, since there is some pieces to this. All right, that piece snapped on. Flip it to the other side. So far everything is nice and easy. Get it to where I can see it here. That way I know I'm lined up. All right. Then we got one more to go on. And with all the snaps and everything, there you go. It is on the wheels. Get it in the screen here. This makes it very nice to roll around and maneuver. And I can tell you right now, and it is very lightweight, but we're going to have to wait and see how it feels when we get everything on there. Let's move on to the next step. Now the next thing we need to do is put the lower and upper gun holster on. The lower one, you just come right here. This is going to be on the, if you're looking at it facing you, it'll be on the left side. This just comes down here, go up underneath, pull up, and you'll hear it snap into place. Very nice and simple. Same way with this. This part slides into this slot right here. That's what it looks like. So we'll just get it lined up. Snap that into place. Heard a little click. Very nice and simple. So far, it's going together pretty easy. Now we got the hose retainers here, and we're going to move to what would be the right side if this is facing you. All you got to do is make sure these are pointing up, and these are going to snap right in also, just like everything else. So far, everything has been very easy on this for assembly. Get this so where I can go up on it, get it the right way here, and then it will snap that right in. And like I said, everything has been going together nice and easy on this. Very simple. Now let's move on to the next part. Now we're going to put our nozzle and the gun together. These have the ears on the side, and you just line them up with the holes inside of this. Get them together, push it together, twist it, and there you go. Now we got the wand. Very nice and easy steps again. I can't believe how easy this is. Let's move on to the next step. Now the next step here, we got our 4 spray nozzles in a bag. I'm just going to pour these out. And for right now, I'm just going to set these in just to show you guys for demonstration, you just pop these in. Now this piece is rubber and is basically sticking to it like rubber grabs on the stuff. And we're just going to pop these in. Now later what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back through and then I'll go by the actual angle of the spray nozzle and put them in order. But just for now, just to show you guys, there you go. There's all the nozzles. Now the next thing we're going to do is connect the hose to the gun. We're going to take this piece off the threads. This is to keep the threads protective in shipping. Grab our female end of the hose, put this on here. You can see this has a O-ring on it to seal it off. I'll be careful on this and don't cross thread it. It should go nice and smoothly once it's lined up. Get it here and got it lined up. Now you can see we can thread it on there with no issues. And you only got to get it hand tight. You don't need to crank down on it real tight. That O-ring will seal it off. Now let's move on to the next part. Now we're going to take the other end of the hole and put it in right here. And watch this little side lever here, because that's what's going to lock it. Now we're locked in. If you need to take it out, just slide this over and unlock it and it'll pull right out. Very nice, easy and simple. Gotta love it when it's simple. Now this step we are going to put in the connector for the garden hose. And there is a seal on this side. And then there's a seal and a screen on this side. We're going to take this metal part right here and just put it right on the nipple. Thread this on. Once again, do not get carried away on tightening this because this is plastic. Get it hand tight and that rubber seal will seal it up so we don't have to worry about it. And then you got this piece here to put onto your garden hose. Now we're going to put on the hose retainer. This was supposed to be in one of the steps before, but I missed it. But it just screws on right here on the back, so it's not a big deal. It just pops on there like that. So take a provided screwdriver that they give you, or you can also just use one of yours. I'm going to drop a screw down into the hole. My fingers don't like working. It took me a minute to do that. Then I'm just going to get my screwdriver set up on that screw. Get it lined up. Start threading it in. And this is going to cut the threads as you're screwing it in. So if you want a bigger screwdriver that fits better in your hand, I would go ahead and do that. Now I just got that one loose. Take another screw, and they give you plenty of extras. From what I can see, this is the only thing that has screws, and they give you 6 for 2 screws. So I'm just going to try to get this lined up in there. I'm probably going to sit it down just to make it easier. See if I can get my fingers to drop that down in there a little bit better. And of course it don't want to, so I'm going to grab another one of these screws until I can get one that goes in there. Struggle is real when you got bad hands and fingers. Alright, now we got that in. We'll just start tightening that up and I'll be right back. I did end up grabbing one of my Quinn screwdrivers just because I could not get a good grip on that little screwdriver handle. Now I can get a hold of this better and get these torqued in. Now they're going in very nicely. Once again, don't over torque them. You're screwing in the plastic and you will strip them. And there we go. Now let's go over some of the features about this. Now this unit is powerful and safe. It's made to blast dirt, mud, and grime fast with up to 1.76 GPM. It is perfect for cars, patios, driveways, and fences. This unit is stable on uneven ground due to the low center of gravity and the square frame design. It has smooth 360-degree swivel casting wheels on it for effortless cleaning while moving it around cars, patios, decks, driveways, and fences. The compact 14 by 13 by 16.5 inch footprint fits garages, shelves, or closets. And it includes a 25-foot hose and spray gun and nozzles that are neatly organized for quick setup and clutter-free storage. This has GFC eye protection, auto shut-off TSS, and dual safety locks to ensure a worry-free operation, and it is backed by a 3-year warranty. Now there's a couple other things I want to show you. The on-off switch is right here, and it is very nice and easy to turn. Gotta love that about this. Then we're going to turn it over to this side. And the cord actually has a reset on it in case you pop it like a breaker. So you can hit these buttons and reset it. That is a very nice touch on it. Then I'm going to grab the gun here. And the gun actually has a safety on it also. This white button right here, you push it in. And then you can push it out, and that's the safety on it, like all these touches on it. Now let's go over the reservoir real quick. This is very nice and simple. Just twist it, pull down, put whatever you want in there for detergent or soap. Twist that back on. You got your on off here for flow. And you do got a lot of movement in that to control the flow of it. And then to put it on is very nice and easy. We're going to take our wand out here. You got your lock. Pull back on that lock and just pop this right on there. Make sure it locks. And then you got your spray adjustment right here. You can just turn this whichever direction you want to control your spray. Very nice and simple. And then to remove it, grab that collar, pull back and separate it. Very nice. And then the same thing for putting your nozzles on. All you got to do is take your nozzle. This will pop right in here. If I can get my hands to work, we're just going to pop that right in by pulling that collar back. Pull it forward to lock it. Now that it's locked in, to remove it, pull that collar back. Pop the nozzle out. Very easy and simple to do. Alright, now we're outside with it. And you guys can see right here, there's some dirt on the sidewalk right there and over here. What I'm going to do is just start blasting it. I've got the yellow one in, which is the, I think, 15-degree one. So let's try this out. Okay, you can see right there. I'm going to move you guys over here so you can see it real quick. Move you down a little bit more. Get this to settle here. And you can see that this is going real good. You can see how it's mucky right there. And a lot cleaner right here. Just got to get close to it. And that is knocking that away with no problems at all. Now what would be better for this is if I can get a turbo nozzle for this, I'll probably order one and do an update video on it. But this is going to work good for cleaning the sidewalk. Okay, so now what I want to do is you guys can see how clean it is right there. I'm going to let this dry and we're going to come back to this. I got a door on my pole barn that needs clean. Let's go see if it'll do that. Alright, now we're at the pole barn here and you can see how this door is on the north side of the building. So it's getting all nasty here. Let's see what this does with it. Looks like it's working pretty good to me. There you go. It did a pretty good job on this. Now what would have been better is if I had some cleaning solution. I could put it in that reservoir, spray it down, let it sit for a little bit, and would have cleaned it up even better. So far I'm liking this. I got one more test I want to try on it. Alright, I've done half of the sidewalk. You can see I've done this part right here, and I still got this part to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys into time lapse so you guys can see this thing in action. And there you go. It made nice short work of that. Really liking this. Let me give you my final thoughts. Alright, now we're back at the sidewalk here, and this is where I sprayed that one little spot. You can see all the mold growing on both sides of that. And then that's a little area I cleared off. And then you can see it's dirty again. And then we go over to the one that I cleaned. You can see how very nice and clean that got. Now my dog walked over here with muddy paws, and you can kind of see where he stepped. But that was all nice and clean. It did look like this to that, just like we did over here. How you see that? And then the spot we cleared off. So I think it worked out pretty good if you're wanting to do sidewalks. Like I said, I think if I get a turbo nozzle for it, that'll look a lot better. Alright, so my final thoughts on this. I've got two negatives because I always start off with the negatives. First negative has to do with the cord. I wish I had a little connector on here or something so I can connect this onto here. That way it don't just lay down like that. If we had a connector to snap it onto the rest of the cord, I could hold it up like that. That is something I would approve on it. And then the other one is the connector for the actual hose. I wish they went with the connector that all the other pressure washers have. That way if something happens to this hose, I could just run somewhere to the hardware, buy another hose that would pop right in there. that would be very nice. Now, what do I like about it? The size. I mean, look at the size of this. This thing is small compared to a gas-powered pressure washer. Now, the gas-powered one is going to have a lot more power than this, but for what this is, it's very nice, and it moves around real easy. I had no problems moving it around outside. Very light, and it rolls. It never tipped over on me so far, and that has to do with the way the wheels and the way they're spread out. Very nice on that. I like that it has a safety on it. So like if kids are around, you can hit that safety, and if they pick it up while you're turned around, they can't spray anything or hurt themselves or anybody, because this does have enough pressure and it would probably hurt somebody. I love the handle up on top, because when I was done, I just grabbed it by that handle, picked it up, walked it in here and threw it up here. No problems with that. I like all the storage on it. The one thing I am going to get, and I did mention, I do want to get a turbo nozzle for it. The turbo nozzles work a lot better for doing sidewalks. So I want to pick one of those up, because as you guys saw what I did, that is a yearly routine for me on my sidewalks at my house, and the north side of my house gets moldy. And just like that door I showed you, it all gets like that. So this is going to come in handy for spraying all that down. Now, the only thing I'm worried about, like when I'm doing the house, is how high I can get with it. I don't know if this would have enough pressure for that. Maybe we'll do a follow-up video. Right now, it's the beginning of May, and it's only in the 50s. I like doing stuff like that when it's 80 to 90 and hot and humid out. So we'll get it back out then and see what we can do with the side of the house, and we'll get a turbo nozzle for it and see how that works. So as the time I'm making this video, they don't have these on Amazon. I'll leave a link if I can get one in case they get more in stock. Also, if I find another link, I'll show you guys another link for this if anywhere else sells it. I do try to use affiliate links because it does help out the channel. It lets me afford to buy other things to do videos on. This one was sent out by AIVOlt, but as always, I do come up with negatives. Nothing gets a free pass, and I told you 2 things I didn't like about it. So go ahead and check those links out down below. Also, while you're down there, check out my link tree. That has affiliate accounts that also help out the channel, and some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below. We are One Nation Under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.